Hello, everyone. Welcome to RSVP Northern Virginia, the art of volunteering in retirement. My name is Shannon White, and I am your presenter for today. I am RSVP's volunteer specialist, and I will be going over in this presentation a little bit about RSVP, who we are, what we do, and what types of volunteer opportunities we offer for volunteers such as yourselves. So welcome and thank you so much for taking your time to view this presentation. I wanted to reiterate our apologies for having to reschedule our information sessions, but we appreciate your understanding and your patience during this rather difficult time. So again, thank you, and we hope you enjoy this presentation. At the end of it, if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out. My contact information will be at the end of the presentation. All right, so what is the art of volunteering in retirement? So this is a photo of a volunteer opportunity that we had at United Community in Alexandria. This is their fresh produce distribution, and our volunteers have done several group service projects for United Community, distributing fresh produce to the community. So what is the art of volunteering? It is finding a volunteer experience that is meaningful, social, convenient, and fun. So we at RSVP take a personalized approach to volunteering. We are a different type of volunteer placement agency, one that is specific for individuals like yourselves for 55 or better. And we take a different kind of approach in that we like to first vet our nonprofit partners. We also make sure that we have an up-to-date database full of volunteer opportunities in Fairfax County, Arlington County, and Alexandria City. We also like to go in depth with you with a phone interview to discuss what types of volunteer opportunities you're interested in. Also, if you're not sure what your volunteer interests are, I like to narrow it down based on A, your location, B, your experience, or what your likes are, what your dislikes are, various things that we take into consideration when it comes to placing our volunteers. So of course, we want to make sure that you're having a meaningful experience when you're volunteering, that you're socializing with other individuals, sometimes with like-minded individuals, other volunteers like yourselves. And we want to make sure it's convenient, so relatively close to home or in a location that you prefer to go to. And of course, we want to make sure that your experience is fun. So RSVP Northern Virginia is a program that is federal grant funded by the Corporation for National and Community Service. If you've heard of AmeriCorps, we are a distant cousin, so we are under Senior Corps, along with foster grandparents and senior companions. Just some statistics for you. As you can see, compared to other programs under CNCS, RSVP has a substantially higher number of participants and a great number of service sites. So we have last year, Senior Corps volunteers served almost 500,000 hours in Virginia, and a good portion of that was via RSVP Northern Virginia. So you're about to be a part of a wonderful organization. So RSVP Northern Virginia is a regional effort to match the skills and experience of individuals aged 55 or better, as we like to say, to the missions of local organizations to meet critical community needs in the city of Alexandria, in Arlington County, and in Fairfax County through the partnerships of 3 local volunteer centers. We partner with Volunteer Fairfax, Volunteer Arlington, and Volunteer Alexandria. Volunteer Fairfax is actually who holds our grant, and that's where we are housed out in Fairfax off of Page Avenue behind Fairfax County Courthouse. So you'll probably see a lot about volunteer Fairfax opportunities just because they are, right there with us. So, and they do hold our grant, and we work closely with them. But we are only serving areas in Alexandria City, Arlington County, and Fairfax County. So unfortunately, we will not have programs in Prince William or Fauquier or Loudoun or DC or Maryland. It's actually a good thing for some of you who actually live in Alexandria, Arlington, and Fairfax County, so that way you don't have to travel very far. If you are for some reason outside of those 3 jurisdictions, then we can definitely get you in touch with RSVP of those different areas. So there is an RSVP, Prince William, and several different other areas in Virginia. It is a nationwide program. So currently, this is just some statistics about our community. So currently in Fairfax County, more than 25% of the residents are 55 years old or better. 22% of the residents in Arlington and Alexandria are 55 or better, and the senior population is projected to increase by 10% in the next 6 years. Northern Virginia's population is growing across all demographics with a wide array of needs. This being said, this means that there is going to be a higher need for volunteers like yourselves, and a lot of opportunities that we focus on are on aging in place. So the need for volunteers is greater, and we rely heavily on our volunteers. And being that the senior population is growing substantially, there will be individuals who will be in need of services as well. So why does this matter? Most nonprofit and community agencies are volunteer driven. As you'll find out, a lot of our nonprofit partners are more than half of the individuals who work for them are not paid employees. They're actually volunteers. Some of our agencies are actually 100% volunteer driven. Without additional volunteers, the need will outpace the demand. An estimated value of a volunteer is actually $27.50 an hour, though in many cases, the economic impact of just one volunteer is exponentially more. So even though there is a dollar value on a volunteer, the impact that individuals like you will make is exponentially more than just the dollar value. But just so you can put it in perspective, an estimated value of a volunteer in dollar amount is $27.50. So I don't know anybody that makes that much money. And if they do, there's it's a small percentage. And so just so you know that you are valued in very many more ways than just one. So that's just putting things in a little bit of perspective for you. So volunteering in retirement. These are just some photos of different activities that we have had over the years. The top left is a Valentine's Day card making project that we had a couple years ago. We've worked with several senior centers making Valentine's Day cards for the seniors. The top right is a picture from the Northern Virginia Senior Olympics. We partner with NVSO every year to provide volunteers for I think over 20 events for their programs that go on across Northern Virginia. So that's a wonderful opportunity that we have. The bottom left is a group service project out in Frying Pan Park. And bottom right is Martin Luther King Day Give Together program through Volunteer Fairfax, where families will come out and do various projects for our nonprofit partners in the community. So just a little bit of an idea of what kind of opportunities we have. So there are some myths attached to volunteering, and a lot of people like to use these as possible barriers for not for volunteering and reasons why they wouldn't want to. but these are myths that we at RSVP like to dispel. So you might think, will I have to overcommit? Will it be a long drive? I have all these vacations planned for this summer. Maybe I shouldn't volunteer until I'm done with them, or will I even be able to go on vacation when I volunteer? Some people like to question, am I just going to be getting busy work? Will I even like the job role? So these are just some myths that might come across that we like to try to dispel at RSVP, because we like to, like I said earlier, take a personalized approach to make sure that we are finding an opportunity that fits all of your needs and checks off all of your boxes, or at least the majority. We try our very best. So ideally, what would you like to gain from volunteering? Here are some more photos of different activities. We've got more Valentine's Day card making, a photographer on the bottom right. We work with a photography club at George Mason that provides photographers for several of our events. That's for Northern Virginia Senior Olympics again. And then, a couple other opportunities here. So volunteering is vital to a strong community, healthy, rewarding, convenient, social, and of course fun. So like I said, we'd like to reiterate that volunteering is good for you and good for our community, and good for you in a multitude of ways. Not only is it rewarding and social and fun, but it also has a lot of health benefits, which I'll get into as well. So more benefits of volunteering. This is actually a picture of our Valentine's card making project, and Joy is there in the middle, and she's a joy to work with. So we'd love to have this photo because it does kind of describe what this idea of the helper's high. This is where volunteering can lead to a rush of euphoria and the release of endorphins, which are the body's natural painkillers. So this effect is coined as the helper's high. A lot of our volunteers will say that they get more than they give. So they feel like they're getting more out of their volunteer service than those that they're actually serving. And so that's one of the benefits of volunteering, is that you do feel good about what you're doing. Regardless if it's just, answering phones at a front desk, or, distributing food to, the homeless population, or, lower income families, you do get, ultimately you are helping people, and ultimately it should feel good and be rewarding on that level, that you're making a difference. So just so you know, regardless of what type of opportunity you're doing, you are making a difference in your community. You are making a significant impact. So like I said, there are a lot of health benefits involved with volunteering. So the Corporation for National and Community Service, that's CNCS, there's a study that revealed after just 1 year of volunteering, these percentages, 84% reported improved or stable health, 78% reported fewer symptoms of depression, and 88% reported a decrease in feelings of isolation. So getting out of the house, whether it's an outdoor activity or an indoor activity, just getting out, after all of these years of working, you probably don't want to be cooped up in the house. You're probably used to getting out and about, and you probably, want to do something, that gets you, out and around other people, that you're not alone, things that kind of help alleviate the risks of, depression and isolation. So that's a big problem in this country. So as you will see, the cost of isolation. So studies have found that loneliness is as lethal as smoking 15 cigarettes a day, according to a recent Harvard University study, the cost of loneliness for Medicare is $6.7 billion a year, which is the second highest cost for Medicare in this country. So that's pretty substantial. So that's one of the reasons why we like to get as many seniors as involved in volunteer activities as possible to reduce this the risk of isolation. So other benefits, we at RSVP provide an opportunity, or the volunteer opportunities that we provide opportunities for you to learn new skills. It's a great way for you to socialize and make new friends. It could be a new beginning for empty nesters. And also it could possibly open the door for some new career opportunities. Some of our volunteers have actually, become part-time or even full-time employees for some of their organizations that they've worked for. So if you might not necessarily be ready to be fully retired, it's a possibility that volunteering could help you, gain employment in the future. So again, volunteering is healthy, social, and fun. Here on the left, this is a volunteer driver. So we work with different organizations that take individuals who can't normally take themselves to different appointments or on different errands. We provide drivers for them. And then another project on the right hand side as well. Not sure what that is, but it looks like it's fun. So through our federal grant, we have certain focused areas that we are required to stay within the realm of with regards to the different types of opportunities that we have available for our volunteers. So just so you know, as an example, like, we don't work with the American Cancer Society because that's not in our focus area. So we have strategically created partnerships with nonprofits that have opportunities within these focus areas. So capacity building, for instance, is any volunteer that's helping, in an administrative role, helping out as an admin assistant, or possibly helping manage other volunteers. Economic opportunities for financial literacy opportunities. We work with a couple organizations that help with financial literacy for adults and children. Aging in place, again, is another type of opportunity where we like to work with individuals who are aging in place for different companionship roles. Food security is another example. We help out with our organizations that do food collection, food distribution, meal deliveries like Meals on Wheels. We also have opportunities with, sorry, I'm blanking here. We've got lots of different opportunities anyhow. So food security is another one of them. And so yeah, we will definitely go into more detail about the types of opportunities that we have once we're on the next step of this process, which is a phone interview with me. So we'll go into more detail as well. So volunteers in Northern Virginia allow nonprofits and agencies to do more good, help keep our environment clean, help more neighbors be self-sufficient, support seniors aging in place, and feed the hungry. The photo in the top left is another fresh produce distribution project at United Community in Alexandria. NVSO again in the middle. We also provide ushers for Wolf Trap and docents at different historic sites. We partner with Fairfax County Park Authority. So what's the easiest way to volunteer? As some of you might have already experienced, reaching out to different nonprofits might have been a difficult experience for you when it comes to trying to find out more about volunteering or what types of opportunities there are. The best way to go about it is to utilize volunteer agencies such as RSVP, because we work with a variety of agencies and nonprofits. We have hundreds of opportunities to choose from. We offer personalized support that can guide you through this process. We specialize in volunteer management and have the best understanding of what is available in your area. So like I said, we have a database of over 300 volunteer opportunities. We partner with 45 different agencies and nonprofits. We know exactly who to get you in touch with. We update our database on a regular basis with various volunteer opportunities that are provided by the nonprofits and agencies that we partner with. So there are at least 3,000 nonprofits in Fairfax County alone, and altogether in Northern Virginia, there's 6,000. So even though we might only partner with 45, there's a lot of nonprofits to navigate through in Northern Virginia and in Fairfax County specifically. So we try to eliminate all of those hurdles that you have to jump through in order to do what you want to do and give back to your community. So that's another reason why it's great for you to utilize volunteer agencies such as ours. So again, RSVP Northern Virginia takes a personal approach to volunteers. We offer more than 300 unique opportunities. We carefully vet our partners, our partner agencies, which are 45, as we call them, workstations. And we also develop a team of volunteer leaders who mentor new volunteers. So we have a group of volunteer leaders. That's Lou in the photo down below. We have volunteer leaders who help mentor and guide our volunteers, new ones. So if you have a specific agency or organization that you want to work for, I guarantee you one of our volunteer leaders is either currently or has done volunteer work for them. So if you want more of want to know from firsthand how the volunteer experience went, we can definitely get you in touch with one of our volunteer leaders. More benefits of working with RSVP Northern Virginia: you've got schedule flexibility. So if you can only volunteer 1 hour a week on a specific day, I'm sure we can find an opportunity for you. We also provide social and recognition events. We have a volunteer recognition event every year, and we have several social opportunities throughout the year. We do lunch and learns, where we have guest speakers come out and to different venues and talk to our volunteers about things that pertain to retirees and seniors. And then we also, of course, provide lunch. We have different meet and greet opportunities and group service projects on a monthly basis, all of those are featured in our monthly newsletters. So all of our volunteers will be added to our monthly newsletter list. And so we distribute that on a monthly basis via email. We also offer liability insurance for our volunteers. For those of you who travel and drive yourselves, we have insurance on top of your car insurance. We offer liability insurance for our volunteers. We also offer mileage and meal reimbursements. Our mileage is up to $20 a month. You can record and keep track of your mileage for any time you're going to or from a volunteer activity, or if you are driving for that volunteer opportunity. For instance, those who transport individuals to doctor's appointments, you can count those miles as well. And for meal reimbursement, we do offer $3 a day for your volunteer meal reimbursement. So I know that's not a whole lot, but we do offer $3. You just need to provide us with copies of your receipts. So again, this is another group service project down at United Community, who's been an awesome partner of ours for years. All right, so this is just some of our partners. We partner with Fairfax County Park Authority with their rec centers and parks. Riverbend Park's one of them, and Green Spring Gardens. We also, like I said, work with United Community in Alexandria. We work with several of the Shepherd Centers across the county. Junior Achievement of Greater Washington is out in Fairfax. They also work in different schools across the county. The American Red Cross, the Arlington Partnership for Affordable Housing, Insight Memory Care, and so on and so on. So we definitely have a lot of opportunities. Just some of the opportunities available to RSVP Northern Virginia volunteers. Again, you could be a docent at a historic site, financial counselor or mentor, You could help out with the Senior Olympics, assist teachers in a classroom, work at the farmer's market, usher wolf trap, and again, the list goes on and on. Just some expectations for our volunteers. The number one requirement is you must be 55 years of age or better. I know it's probably been a while since you've been carded, but we will ID you. And if we were in person, we would be checking your ID in person. However, as you'll see later on in the presentation, we do require that we verify your age. So we will need to get a copy of your driver's license. So if you were to continue with RSVP, you'd fill out an application and attach a copy of your driver's license for us. It is required by our grant that we see a copy or see your driver's license to verify your age. You have to volunteer once a year. That's it, just one time in the whole year. You come to a group service project. You can just try something out. You can dip your toe in, or you can dive all the way in. It's up to you. Maintain constant communication with myself and my colleagues at RSVP. Just make sure that we keep each other in the loop about what's going on and how it's going for you. This is another one we are also, it is a requirement for our grant to keep track of all of our volunteers' service hours. And by doing that, we ask our volunteers to submit monthly timesheets. And I will send out timesheets to you via email for you to save to your computer or print out. But it is a vital to our program and a part of our federal grant requirements that we have timesheets submitted so that we can track our hours. They're super simple. I can walk you through them as well. But we do ask that you do keep track of all of your volunteer service hours and submit them on a monthly basis. All right, so how would you like to make a difference? The next step in the process is to complete a volunteer application. After you've viewed the presentation, and if you would like to move forward with RSVP, please email me, myself, Shannon White, so that I can email you an electronic version of our application. Or if you'd like to fill out a hard copy, I will mail you a hard copy, which will include a self-addressed return envelope for you to return your completed application. Again, like I said earlier, you must, in order to participate, you must complete the entire application and provide a copy of your driver's license. So that is required. I will tell you there are portions of the application that are required, and that is that you provide your driver's license number, your driver's license expiration date. We need to know your insurance carrier, just the insurance company for your car insurance, and that way it is required just for our grant that we have that information. There is a section as well for you to provide your insurance beneficiaries and your emergency contact. That's also a requirement that you complete. And also please sign the last page of the application. Again, that signature is another requirement. Just a little tip with the application. There is a section for you to check boxes off for your interest and skills. And that helps me narrow down some of the opportunities based on your skills and interests. When I go through our database, I narrow everything down before our phone interview. So it kind of gets an idea of what you want to do before I call you for our phone interviews. So that being said, even though you might have had years of experience, working in the corporate world or being an accountant or doing something like that, if it's something that you don't necessarily want to do anymore, don't check the boxes for that. You might have a lot of skill set that you have, years of experience in, but if you're, kind of done with that chapter in your life and you want to try something new, please check off the boxes for things that you're actually interested in. It is my goal to make sure that your volunteer experience is something that you enjoy, something you want to do or having fun with, and not necessarily something that you're good at or that you have experience in. So I hope you understand. And always, if there's ever any questions about the forms or the application or any of the, anything, please let me know, give me a call or send me an email. This is my contact information. Most of you should already have this since I've been corresponding with you through email. This is our website. We update our website on a regular basis, as well as our social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. We also have a blog that we have several stories that come out throughout the month. Just some more photos of different activities. And I wanted to say thank you so much for, again, your patience with us and for taking the time to view this presentation. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to myself or our program manager, Brandi Morris. If you need anything at all, I look forward to corresponding with you soon and getting to talk to you more about your volunteer interests. Again, if you would like to continue with RSVP and learn more about our opportunities, please send me an email and I'd be happy to send you an application so we can get the ball rolling. Thank you again for attending this presentation. I hope you learned a lot, and we hope to see you soon. All right, take care and be well.